Good morning, everyone. My name is Josh. This is not the Skype for Business recap this morning. Notice there was no intro music or introductory title screen or anything for the show. Instead, I'm doing a short one-off video just to kind of welcome in version 2.0 of my Skype for Business hybrid handbook. For those of you that may have known about this previously, perhaps you downloaded your free copy from TechNet. It has been updated. I did a little bit of a makeover on a couple sections. I'm going to talk a little bit about that here and why I launched it. It's been about 6 months since I launched the first version of the book, and much has changed in that time. So a change in the book was warranted. After all, for it to stay relevant and have helpful, useful data, we're going to have to make sure that we keep up with the changes, right? So that's going to be a challenge for me, but so far I'm up to the challenge. Let's jump over to, there's the infinity screen. Okay, perfect. So here we go. I put a blog post up just last night, May 1st, about 2.0 being here, the fact that it's still a free ebook, and right below the cover picture of the book here, we've got a link to the TechNet gallery where you can go and grab your new copy. Or if you've never downloaded the book before and you think you might ever be working with Skype for Business Hybrid, or it just interests you, go grab your copy. It's free, like I said, so there's nothing holding you back. Looking at the title screen here, we can see we've got version 2.0 in there now. So some of the reasons that prompted me to go back and make this update. First, Azure AD Connect 1.1 went GA. It is very much the same as the previous Connect tool for the most part. There are some little changes, there are some tweaks. Those changes and tweaks show up in the screenshots. And so I wanted to walk myself through the process, make sure I felt comfortable with 1.1 and document it properly with all the screenshots, calling out any new steps or features in there. So Chapter 6 of the book has been greatly updated to reflect all those Azure AD Connect 1.1 changes. The next thing was a pretty big one, Cloud Connector Edition. When I launched the first version of the book, this was still being called Min Topology, and there was a little known about it, whether or not it was even going to come to full fruition. There was just a whole lot of questions there. Well, it did come to fruition. It was named Cloud Connector Edition, and it is now available GA for download on the TechNet site, which of course I provide all that information in the book. But this development was a pretty big one. It's a pretty big development, and so I devoted a whole new chapter 13 at the end of the book to this. It was quite an extensive chapter. It took the book from about 85-ish pages to 111. So it it definitely added some content to the book. I put screenshots where I could. I did testing where I could so I could demo things on my own. Unfortunately, I did not have a big beefy lab that I could do this in, a physical machine that I could deploy all these other these VMs on a Hyper-V server. Just didn't have that at my disposal right now. Maybe one of the days I'll get it and be able to kind of update with more screenshots of what I did. But I did provide all the steps in there, all the planning. There's a couple areas where I left things out, like ports and protocol requirements for the firewall. I gave the article that TechNet provides for reference there. I didn't want to redo all their work on their tables. So, but those two big things, and then general house cleaning. There was a number of grammar mistakes and things like that throughout the book that someone was kind enough to go through and help me out with finding, and I really appreciated that. So I went through and made all those changes for this new release. Now I'm probably going to have to do the same thing for 2.0 of the book. But at any rate, this is the blog post for it. You can check this out. It's my latest post at blog.get-csjosh.com. Clicking on this gallery link will take us over to the actual gallery page. There it is, me, the author. So here's the download for it. Skype for Business Hybrid Handbook 2.0. It's in PDF format. And I included a little blurb in here on the update for yesterday of what was updated in general. So that's where you can grab it. And of course, once you grab it, there it is in PDF format, free ebook. So those of you that are into hybrid or aren't into hybrid but have to be, this will be a handy little tool to kind of guide you on your path through that and provide you other reference points if need be. But yeah, chapter 6 got a boost, and then like right here, chapter 13 was added in for Cloud Connector Edition, and a ton of subsections. And if we take this on down a little bit, all the way to chapter 13, and you can see this is chapter 13. We've got some screenshots in here. I'll walk you through a few installation pieces. We got some handy new Visio diagrams to put in here to kind of relay the concepts we're talking about. Traffic flow, talking about PSTN sites. Got a couple more high-level Visio diagrams here. So good stuff. I promise at the very least it'll be a little bit humorous and entertaining, but hopefully helpful as well. If you have any feedback for me, of course I always welcome that. Please throw that my way. I am a gracious acceptor of all feedback, good, bad, sarcastic, whatever. I appreciate it all. So thank you. If you have supported me in this book in the past, thank you for that support. I hope you find this version equally as helpful and an adequate continuation of where the current state of hybrid is. Thanks, guys, and we will, let's go back over to my main screen here. There we go. All right. Have a good week. Be productive. I will see you back here Friday for the next Skype for Business recap. And yes, I will be mentioning the Hybrid Handbook version 2.0 in that broadcast. Adios.